My name is Sub-Zero and welcome to this video. Now, first of all, I'd like to thank for all my subscribers who actually have subscribed to my channel, and I actually haven't uploaded for a while because I actually broke my PS4, and that Sony was kind enough to actually give me a new one, so I really thank them for that. Now, the game you've seen at the background is called Pixeljunk Shooter, and it was made by an indie developer, therefore it relates to our topic. So, first of all, what are indie developers? Well, an indie developer is someone who just is not owned by a publisher. For example, DICE is owned by EA, and that Infinity Ward is owned by Activision. Therefore, EA and Activision decide what games they want the other companies to make. Like Call of Duty, Activision tells Infinity Ward that you have to make Call of Duty because it turns a profit. And that's the thing with indie games. Nobody tells them what kind of games they want, and that means we're going to get different experiences. But in an indie game, sometimes the game might be a bit boring and a bit crap, really. But they're cheap, and the expectations is quite low. Now, are they important to the gaming industry? Well, of course they are, because they give you different experiences that you might not as well have in a AAA game. For example, in a game like Minecraft, I don't think any other company would have actually thought of making a game like Minecraft. And the guy who made it was an indie developer who was just trying to make it that so you can play around with his friends, and that everybody in the world liked the game. And it shows how how big an indie game can get, and the expectations are quite low as well. For example, in a game like Destiny, which is made by Activision and Bungie, Activision has put 500 million in there just to think that, and they think that they can actually get all that money back. But then Destiny might not be that kind of game where everybody wants to buy it. But so far it looks really, really good, so might actually do get their money back. But still, the indie developers give you something that you won't have in a AAA title, and that's why they're really, really, really important in a gaming industry. And I don't see why everybody hates it when you hear the word indie, and that you don't actually have to have the game as well. They're so cheap. You can go and get one for like 99p, and you still have a different experiences, and you'll actually love the game. And that's why they're really, really good. Of course, yeah, sometimes they might be a bit crap, and that you might not actually want to play them, and that they actually dominate all the market, so therefore they will be everywhere, and it can get annoying. But still, you don't have to download them, and they're there for other people that might like them. They also help the gaming industry grow as well. But the problem is that they might not be as good as a AAA company that at supporting the community, because a AAA company will probably have quite a lot of people on the community area where they will help everyone and that they listen to the community. For example, like Microsoft, who actually had Kinect bundled in with their Xbox, but the community did not like it, so therefore they had to take it out. But sometimes in an indie developer, you might not actually get these kind of things where they just change something completely, because they might not listen to the community. It's their game. And I guess that's a kind of a good thing as well. Anyone can actually make them, therefore you can copy of a game but make it somehow different. But the most important thing about indie developers is that they actually are gamers. Therefore, they'll be making games that they want to play as well. Like Minecraft, the guy wanted to play the game with his friends, and he made it. And that's why they're really, really good. Because they will always it shows that how passionate they are about their game. Now, I'm not saying that the people in other companies that actually make AAA games aren't listening to us, or that they are passionate about their games, but I'm just saying that the indie developers are actually gamers as well. Now, of course, sometimes people hate indie games as well, and I don't see the reason for it, because you don't have to get him. Now, a really good indie game that I think everybody should be looking out for is called No Man's Sky, which we will be releasing on the PS4 and probably sometime on the PC as well. It looks so good, graphically and everything else about it, and that I don't think any other company would be making that, AAA company. Also, it's made by 10 people. Now, I'm not saying that AAA games are bad, but sometimes they might not live up to your expectations, and that sometimes basically it might not be as good as you think it might be. And that's why indie games are there, so that even if you buy the game, that you spent only 99p on it, but even if you buy it and it is really, really bad, you're not really disappointed because you didn't spend that much money on it. But in a AAA game, you spend so much money on it, therefore your expectations will be really, really high. And it will always, most of the time, will disappoint you if their game are very short or very, very boring. But I guess that's a bad thing about indie games as well, that they are very, very short. So please, just don't hate indie games. They're just there for the people that might actually like them. Thank you all for actually coming in and watching my video. Thank you very much. My name is Sub-Zero Nero, and I will see you all on the next video.